The night I took the janitor's job at Harrison Ridge High School, 1147 Pine Hollow Road, Millbrook, Ohio, I believed ghosts were just something people invented to make empty buildings feel less lonely. I had no idea that by dawn, I would be begging the darkness outside those brick walls to let me leave alive. The school sat at the edge of town like a forgotten tomb. No street lights reached it, the parking lot was swallowed by mist, and the tall windows reflected nothing but darkness. I was there for the night shift, from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Easy money, they said. Just clean, lock doors, and make sure no one breaks in. The security guard who handed me the keys wouldn't even walk me inside. "Whatever you hear," he whispered, avoiding eye contact, "don't answer it." Before I could ask what he meant, he drove away, leaving me alone with the breathing building. The front doors groaned as I pushed them open. The air inside smelled like old books, mold, and something faintly rotten. My footsteps echoed down the hallway, and every locker I passed looked like a metal coffin waiting to be opened. I started with the first floor, classrooms, restrooms, the library. Everything was quiet, too quiet, no insects, no hum of electricity. Just a deep silence, like the school was holding its breath. Then, from somewhere above me, a bell rang. Not the school bell. This was slow, soft, like someone ringing a handbell. I froze. The second floor was supposed to be locked. I told myself it was probably an electrical glitch and forced my feet up the stairs. Each step creaked loudly, as if warning something that I was coming. The second floor hallway was darker. Half the lights flickered. Lockers here were scratched, dented, like someone had tried to claw their way out. That's when I heard it. A child's voice. "Help me." It came from classroom 209. My heart slammed against my ribs. I slowly walked to the door and looked through the glass window. The room was empty. Desks were overturned. Chalk covered the floor like white bones. But in the back of the room, written on the blackboard, were 3 words. "We are still here." The door slammed shut behind me. I spun around, but the hallway was empty. Then the bell rang again. Louder this time. Closer. I ran. My radio crackled to life. "Janitor, why did you come?" The voice was not human. It sounded like dozens of children speaking at once, layered and broken. "What is this place?" I whispered. The lights went out. Total darkness. Cold fingers brushed my neck. I screamed and sprinted down the hall, slamming into lockers, barely seeing where I was going. I burst into the stairwell and fell down the steps, landing hard on the first floor. Breathing heavily, I looked back up. The stairwell was gone. In its place was a brick wall. I was trapped inside the school. That's when I remembered something I'd read online before taking this job. 20 years ago, Harrison Ridge High had a fire. A locked classroom, 32 students, 1 teacher. None of them made it out. The building was rebuilt on top of the ashes. And now they were awake. Footsteps echoed around me, small, uneven, dragging. Shadows moved without bodies. Doors began opening and closing on their own. From every hallway, children started to appear. Their faces were burned. Their eyes were black. Their mouths hung open, still screaming from the fire. Stay with us, they begged. I ran toward the main entrance. The doors were gone. In their place was a classroom door with a sign. Room 209, the same one from upstairs. The bell rang again, right behind me. I slowly turned. The teacher stood there. Her skin was charred. Her eyes melted. But she smiled. Attendance isn't finished, she said. You're late. The children surrounded me. Cold hands grabbed my arms, my legs, my throat. I fought, screamed, begged, but they were pulling me toward the classroom, toward the fire, toward their world. Just as the door opened, my radio fell to the floor and screamed, "Leave now." I kicked free and ran straight through the children. Their bodies felt like smoke and ice. I burst through a side exit I didn't even know existed and collapsed outside into the freezing night. Behind me, the school was silent, dark, empty. When the sun rose, Harrison Ridge High looked like a normal abandoned building. But I know what waits inside. Because sometimes, when the wind is right, I still hear the bell, and children calling my name.